All right, hello Taurus, and welcome to your money reading for November 2025. So I hope that you are ready for this because I'm already feeling really good, and I feel like you're gonna get some cash. But let's see if the cards are gonna confirm that, right? Because you know, I always feel like something is coming, something is on the horizon, but it's better to have confirmation, right, Taurus? So let's go ahead and get right into it. Yeah, look at that. Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and then the Knight of Swords. We got that Fool card. All right, so the Knight of Pentacles means financial support and assistance is on the way. Then you've got the Ten of Pentacles. See? All right, so here's what I've got right off the bat. Looking at these cards, you have money coming in and somebody's helping you bring it in. Could be a partner, could be a colleague, could be a collaboration of some sort, but it's something where you are in divine connection with someone who wants the same thing. All right, so looks like, oh, my goodness. Let me get this situated because, all right, so like I said, Taurus, you have money on the way. Excuse me. You also have financial support happening, whoa, by someone who wants to see you win. And sometimes that's really what we need, right? We don't need more strategy. We don't need more instruction. We just need support, and you're clearly going to get that in the first week of November. Now, we got the Queen of Pentacles, so you're not doing anything risky. That's awesome. You're very stable. You're very grounded as it relates to your money. The King of Swords means there's still some stuff you need to let go of that's getting in the way of you making the money you want to make sometimes, not all the time. But we all go through that, Taurus. You're not alone. But, you know, money's coming in that you don't see. Because this Ten of Pentacles means, you know, working together to create the results that you want. And I think this is going to be better than what you anticipate. Now, we do have this Fool card, which sometimes I like seeing the Fool in the reverse because that means you're very grounded, kind of like a repetition of the Queen of Pentacles. But the Fool card is a card that signifies, you know, brand new experiences, but also not having unrealistic expectations. I guess that's the best way to say it. So looking at the first week in November, Taurus, money is coming in. You do have support that you did not expect. And here's the thing, you guys are going to win bigger than what you even planned for. I mean, it's like the right person shows up in the right way. And like I said earlier, sometimes it's about the support, or sometimes it's about just knowing you're not traveling the journey alone, or you're not doing this big project alone. Sometimes that's really what matters, is that we know somebody is on our side. And you definitely have that, Taurus. All right, let's see what else is showing up for Taurus as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of November 2025. All right, so you got the Four of Wands, that's stability. Now you're going to be working hard the second week of November, Taurus. Get ready because you're going to be pulling all-nighters. Now, you also got this Eight of Pentacles, which is the card of working, working, working. Ten of Wands, working, working, working. Like I said, for some of you, that's going to be pulling all-nighters. For some of you, that's staying up late, getting up early. For some of you, it's working double shifts. For some of you, it could be working jobs back to back. Okay, that happens in the second week of November. And I feel like this is what you need to do in order to put yourself ahead. So don't worry, this is only temporary, but it's going to pay off. So if you have the opportunity to work more, obviously, you know, not, you know, hurting yourself, But if you can pick up an extra shift, stay on a few more hours, it's going to pay off, all right? And I do see this as a temporary hustle moment, so to speak. Now, we've also got that Six of Cups. This is reconnecting with someone from the past. However, it's not really financially beneficial. Not that it has to be. But if they try and say, hey, I have this idea, maybe we can both make some money, I have a feeling it's not going to be in alignment with what you want to do. Finally, we got the Knight of Cups, which means, again, that's the card of support. So here's what I'm seeing, Taurus. You're getting a lot of support. You're getting a lot of help. You're getting financial assistance where it matters. Or people are just being willing to work with you, right? Like, let's say you're late on a bill or something like that. Well, somebody is more than willing to be flexible, or maybe let you pay, half now, half later. That's really the vibe I'm getting here, is like whatever support you need in order to make the money you need to make, you're going to get it. And in some cases, it may only be encouragement for some of you, right? Like feeling like you're not doing this alone, feeling like you do have help, feeling like, somebody actually wants you to win. All right, so this is really good, Taurus. I mean, yes, money's coming in, but also support that you didn't see coming is also going to show up for you in November. All right, so let's keep things going and see what else is going to show up for my lovely Taurus as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of November 2025. All right, so you've got more powerful cards here. All right, so looks like there's going to be a change in travel plans in the second half of November. Also, I like seeing this Six of Pentacles sometimes in the reverse because it means that you're not people-pleasing. It also can sometimes mean that you have to be careful about overgiving or doing too much. Now, we talked about working a lot here. This is doing more than what you're getting paid for. Now, sometimes that can pay off. I'm not saying it can't be beneficial, but be careful that you're not doing that, especially in the second half of November, right? You're all about working the double as long as you're going to get paid working the double. That's what we need to make sure of here. Nobody's out here trying to work for free. Now, we also got the Lover's card. The Lover's card in the reverse is a divine disconnection. Also, this means that you no longer feel like you don't have options. This is, you have choices. Doesn't mean that they're all good, but it does mean that you're not stuck. It does mean that if you want to move on or change something, you absolutely can. All right, so you're not locked in and you're not tied down in any way. Now, that's good when it concerns our money, because sometimes we want to be available for opportunities that show up. Because next we have the Death card. The Death card is a card that talks about transformation, in some cases transcending current circumstances. Now, the other thing, we've also got the Hangman, which is a card that talks about feeling like you're not quite ready to take the next step. So when I look at the Death card and the Hangman, this tells me like you're on the verge of a massive change here, a massive financial change. However, you may not be emotionally or mentally ready for the change, right? Sometimes we know what we want, but it doesn't necessarily mean emotionally we're able to adapt. And that's what I'm kind of picking up here. So what you're going to have to do here, Taurus, is you're going to have to really, really probably do very incremental shifts, because I feel like it's going to be a shock to your nervous system if you try to do much too soon. And again, this is where the support comes in. because we also got the Page of Swords, which is unexpected news about something being stopped or discontinued. And usually in a money reading, that's always good. It typically means that something gets paid off, or you pay a bill that you don't have to worry about, or something gets dismissed or canceled, and there's a financial benefit to you. As a matter of fact, I was doing a reading last week and this card showed up, and the client who I was reading for, a concert got canceled, and she ended up getting her money back. And these were very expensive concert tickets, and she actually needed the money, and she was very happy that the concert was canceled and she got her money back. So I say all that to say that sometimes when something gets stopped, discontinued, canceled, it is for the best. It is a good thing, especially as it relates to money. All right, so keep that in mind towards the second half of November, that you could be, maybe getting some money back. It literally can be anything. All right, so let's see what else shows up for Taurus. All right, Taurus, so we got that Strength card in the reverse. When I see that, it means that you need to prioritize your health. That's what I'm getting very loud and clear, because we all know that the real wealth is health. All right, so you're going to be putting some future plans on hold, maybe because you need to prioritize your health, but things do come into balance. And then you've got good news coming as it relates to work. This Three of Swords means something will be disappointing at the end of the month. However, it does not get in the way of the money that you are trying to make, attract, grow, because you got good news coming. But there's going to be an element of disappointment, right? Like maybe the good news is you get your dream job. The disappointment is you got to move to a different state, right? Or something like that, where it's good, but there's also a bittersweetness to it. That's what I'm seeing here. So, Taurus, looking at your cards, looking at what's showing up for you, you have the support coming in, like you really do. Financial support, emotional support, mental support even. You're going to be working a lot. And here's the thing, you have so many opportunities showing up that can literally catapult you into the financial realm that you're trying to be in, right? Or at least upgrade, at least up-level your financial situation. So Taurus, I know you're probably not expecting this, but I truly do believe that somebody is really on your side, and that's going to help you make more money. Because really, at the end of the day, sometimes that's all it takes. All it takes is that we need somebody who believes in us. We need somebody to encourage us. And you're getting that loud and clear throughout the month of November. And that could be the tipping point for you, Taurus, to maybe push yourself a little bit more, or maybe to try something that you've been afraid of trying. But the work is going to pay off. You've got huge, big changes coming. And then at the end of the month, you got good news as it relates to work, your career, or your business. All right. Now, like I said, there will be some parts of it that may not necessarily be the best, but it's still going to be a blessing and a win for you. All right, Taurus. So get ready. November is going to be good. All right, let's go ahead and close out your reading with a Eternal Crystals Oracle card. Ooh, I like this one. All right, this is card number 35. Passion. Yes, passion. Root and sacral chakras. All right, so this is passion, really feeling grounded. Also, really connecting with the physical, right? The physical body, but I'm also getting physical, like really feeling your feelings and trusting them, right? So that's what I got for you, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. And thank you for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again. next month.